There we go. Well, I just wanted to kick this off with a quick update on how we're doing. We're on day 2 of Comets Giving Days, and we're, as a university, at $300,280, but we're still not there. We're doing 1,969 minutes and at 1,198 gifts. That's of 3 minutes ago. The School of Arts and Humanities is at, I'm going to look down to make sure I've got this right, 25,725 gifts, $25,725 and 109 gifts. So let's applaud that, right? Very exciting time. This is pretty close to almost beating our record last year, so it's something to applaud and be excited about. But we're going to close at 6:49 p.m. tonight. So you still got time to put those gifts in. Support your favorite program, your favorite center, the school as a whole, and what's most important, but to support our students, right? We've got a few here today. You'll hear from them later today. So let me turn it over to the next thing. Oh, that's actually me still. We just want to also welcome our new council members. We've got 6 new council members. You can see their names here. I won't list them all out, but we're so excited to welcome them. Our advisory council do so much for us, but just want to do a quick shout out to them. I already see several of their names on the leaderboard of gifts. So thank them, thank our council members for supporting us both with their time and their talents and their treasures. So I'm going to turn this over now to Dr. Jonathan Pallett as I click through some pictures for him.
Of course. Hello, everybody. My name is Jonathan Pallett. I'm Associate Dean of the Arts and Director of Choral Activities here at UTD. And I thought I would tell you a little bit about the events that we have going on recently, and also about the opening of our newest building, which proudly so, we're calling the physics building, which I don't understand, but it is filled of music. We opened right at the start of second semester when students returned to campus the beginning of February. We have 2 large rehearsal rooms, 5 brand new practice rooms that are the largest practice rooms I've ever seen in a music school. We have our piano lab with 15 keyboards, brand new computers. We have teaching studios, offices, instrument storage. It is really a shining beacon of music and art here on our campus. So we're grateful for those who have contributed to support that opening. Events that have either been on our campus recently or are coming up. Last week, I was thrilled to take my 5-year-old daughter to her first dance performance. And in the university theater, it was filled with postmodern dance, which of course was very interesting for my daughter, who kept asking, why do they keep falling on the ground? So that was a nice explanation. And we left the room and she proceeded to fall on the ground, dancing like the artist that she witnessed. Coming up, past other events, we just recently, the UTD choirs actually hosted the Century Singers from Texas A&M University. And we were thrilled to pair, to host the Aggies here on our campus and then perform together. It was a really wonderful evening. We also had the Associate Concertmaster of the Dallas Symphony on our campus to perform a solo recital with one of our staff members, Misha Beretsnev. And that was very well attended. Terence Blanchard, the incredible jazz artist and composer who just had a massive debut at the Metropolitan Opera just last year, will be on our campus this weekend, as a matter of fact, in the ATEC lecture hall. And he is partnering with one of our ATEC faculty, who's also an artist, Andrew Scott, in what is sure to be an incredible performance. The theater department is getting ready to mount a play called Bent. This is a play that takes place during Nazi Germany in a concentration camp of love, and it is going to be a very, very interesting and, quite frankly, emotional display of what love looked like during Nazi camps during the Holocaust, and specifically in this instance between same-sex love. So we're very excited for that program. And then at the end of the month, we have Musica Nova, who will be offering another concert actually coming up very soon. The choirs will be singing music, psalms and songs. We'll be doing music by Leonard Bernstein with organ, harp, and percussion, among other things. And I would just end by saying that we hope that you take advantage of the matching gift opportunities. I know later in the discussion today, Holly will talk about those opportunities, and we hope that you'll take advantage of these easy ways to double, triple, and maybe even quadruple, because now that the dean is here, he's offered to quadruple all gifts, correct? Perfect. So,
Give cookies.
give cookies.
Cookies.
So again, thanks everybody for supporting arts and humanities.
Well, now we're going to turn it over to our student ambassadors. So I'm going to scoot my body back and so introduce our student ambassadors and allow them to introduce themselves.
Hello, my name's Carrie. I'm a junior literature major and I'm getting my secondary teaching certification.
Hello, my name is Rotunda. I'm a junior history major. I'm also getting my secondary teaching certification in social studies and also minor in political science.
On behalf of the Gemini ambassadors, I want to say thank you all for letting us come and speak today. We've had many projects and day-to-day operations since I spoke at the last semester at the town hall. Starting with our day-to-day, we run the Gemini ambassador email that fields concerns, comments, and requests, and we receive emails from students, prospective students, and faculty and staff. We also send out beginning of the semester emails, midterm check-ins, and then end of the semester farewell emails. These are all personalized and remind students that we are a resource and we're always glad to help. Another day-to-day operation that has been busier lately is peer advising. So anytime a student needs help with class selection, talking about changing majors, or needs questions answered in a one-on-one environment, we're happy to provide that service. Last semester, we began a t-shirt contest. So A&H students submitted a design and the winner's design was printed on shirts that we passed out this spring. And earlier this semester, Savannah, who's another Gemini ambassador, and I went to East Texas and we actually put on a recruitment event. So this is a big project that she wants to develop through her time as a Gemini ambassador. She plans on growing this over her time to recruit and visit underprivileged schools that have students who have never even thought about attending a university.
This semester has been very busy. We held a can drive that has been led by Andreas, another Gemini who has posted flyers and advertised where cans can be dropped off. The initiative has been successful. We're also part of a personalized tour for prospective students. They visit with faculty and advisors, and during the visit, a Gemini ambassador and Megan Gray Herring. The Gems get to share the student perspective of A&H and why students love being here. As Geminis, we decided to divide ourselves into teams in order to focus our energy on specific events and dedicate our energy wisely. We have social media, events, and public speaking. All of our teams have been able to accomplish so much this semester. Social media keeps our A&H socials up to date and the design and graphics as well. The most recent accomplishment has successfully been started in A&H Gemini Ambassadors TikTok. To reach students in Showcase University. The events team books venues, plans our events, and make sure to spread word about other social, and then spread the words to other teams or social media teams so that they can post it to public, post it on public speaking, prepare speeches or talks to be done. They're planners of the teams and help us get where we need to be. Lastly, public speaking team attends events like this. I place at the Gems, we do Scholars Day presentations, speak at events like town halls, and prospective student events and other events at A&H lead student representatives.
Overall, we've had a very successful semester full of learning, not only in our classes, but learning how to best serve the UTD student population and provide our services.
Making ourselves available, being in our office, and some Gemini ambassadors are holding office hours. Our plans only go up to here and making A&H more of a home for students in it.
Well, we are so excited to be the number one reason why we're here, and that's our students and our Gemini student ambassadors continue to do amazing work in the School of Arts and Humanities. Now, let me turn it over to Shiley Warren.
Hi, everybody. I'm Shiley Warren. I have been at UTD since 2012. I'm a faculty member also in the Visual and Performing Arts, where I teach film studies. And in July of this year, I came into this role as Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, something I'm really thrilled to be doing. And I'll just say that I came in with a few goals that I share with so many of our faculty and our program heads in literature and the history of ideas. and in visual performing arts. And that is to really make sure that our graduate students are getting the best possible experience here and that they're graduating with their intended degree. So if they come in seeking a master's degree, they leave with a master's degree. And if they come in seeking a PhD, they earn that PhD. And we want them to do that in a timely way that benefits them the most. And also to do it within a community that feels supportive and full of resources for their studies. So we've really been focusing our attention in that way in the past year. I've got a lot of great success stories to build on already, as you can tell from this slide. You may think that at UTD, and we often say this, I think in the arts and humanities at UTD, that we feel like a small school, right? And that we feel like we're a tiny island in a very big STEM university. But when we look at the numbers, we see that actually we are a big school in a lot of ways, and we have incredible numbers to be proud of. And as you can see from this slide, our literature graduate programs are the 10th largest on campus. I think that comes as a surprise to many people. And we're really proud that we've been able to attract so many excellent students from around the world to come study with us. And you can see that humanities, the visual and performing arts, and the history of ideas follow closely behind here with some pretty strong growth in our programs. And if we'll go to the next slide, this is what our enrollment looks like this semester. So this semester, you can see we have 70 literature MA and PhD students in some part of the program, whether that's coursework or writing their dissertations, for example. And you can see that our other programs, again, follow closely behind. But I want to show you the next slide to show you where our biggest growth is. And I want to do a special shout out here to our literature faculty and our program head in literature, Dr. Charles Hatfield, who has worked tirelessly over the last few years to really improve and grow and attract more students to this program. And you can see how that's paying off. We have a record number of applicants to the literature program, which means not only that we have a lot of people interested in the program, but that we get to select among them the best students. So our program in literature, which has really ambition to be a nationally ranked program, is really getting closer to that goal. And we are really excited about the incoming class of PhD students across the board and looking forward to growing some of those other programs where we see that there's a little bit more room for students. So I want to say that supporting graduate students and graduate student education in arts and humanities comes in so many forms. In particular, if we're able to support our graduate students with their travel, with their research, with their teaching assistantship, we're in great need of support for students so that we can help them achieve their goals. As I said, in a timely way. We have excellent programming also in our from our graduate studies office. And I want to thank here Dr. Pia Jacobson, who's in the room, for all the work that she does on behalf of graduate students, and Kelly Erb in our office, new this year, who helps keep us organized and straight. And so we're able to do things like a graduate student speaker series, which allows graduate students to present their research to the community and get feedback at an early stage. As well as a number of programming activities that we're really excited to initiate next year as well. So thank you. We're very excited about the growth in graduate studies. Thank you to everybody who works so hard on behalf of our graduate students, and especially our graduate students themselves.
Now let me turn it over to Dr. Mark Rosen.
Hi, I'm Mark Rosen. I am on the faculty of also visual and performing arts as an art historian. I am also the Associate Dean of Undergraduate Studies, so I am Dr. Warren's counterpart on the undergraduate side, and I've been at UTD since 2008, and I have been in this position since 2018. And I've been, so I was here under the previous dean as well. It's a very exciting time also for our undergraduate programs. We have about 400 majors across 3 different tracks, and really distributed amongst, there's a distribution at the undergraduate level in terms of the majors that really is spread very well between the visual and performing arts track, the literature and languages track, and the history and philosophy track. So we are, we're kind of, there's a lot of balance to the way our programs are. We have, we're planning a graduation this year. We have 53 majors graduating, which we're very excited about as well. We're also about to make an announcement about fellowship awards because we had many good applicants this year. And this is something that we're going to continue, that because it's Giving Day, I would like to, recommend, like, this is of such extreme importance to our undergraduate majors, that we are able to support them, as Dr. Warren was saying, like, there is a need amongst many of our students to, to be recognized, and also to have a little bit of help. Like, it really does help in their program. So you'll be seeing an announcement for that soon. One of the things we're really proud of is making sure that our students graduate in a timely manner, that they understand what the requirements are for every class, every major. And we've really been clear, and I have to give a big shout out to our wonderful advisors. We have Megan Gray Herring, who has been in the office longer than I have, and is really like one of the greatest sources of institutional knowledge, not just in the school, but in the whole university. And also, this is the last week of Sydney Taylor, who is our other advisor, academic advisor, who has been with us for 4 years, and it's been wonderful. So we are sending her off next week, and also welcoming in Blair Taylor, who is our new advisor as well. And we put our students in the hands of our advisors as well, to make sure that they understand what they need to do. And again, like, every time I am at a university meeting with other schools, with other parts of the university, we always hear back how the students in arts and humanities are very well served by, they understand what they need to do. They don't get lost in that shuffle. Like, we're very proud of that. Like, I think it's a really great accomplishment. Just a couple other things to mention that have happened in the past year. We've had 2 new minors approved, one of which is called Triple ADS, which maybe Dr. Warren.
African American and Diaspora Studies.
African American Diaspora Studies, ethnic studies as well. We are putting forward, it has yet to go through all the stages, but we're in preparation for the Holocaust studies, genocide and human rights minor, which is also coming forward. The faculty will be voting on that soon, and it will continue forward as well. We, for the first year, have a Korean language class that's being regularly offered, and we are also being approved for Vietnamese, Urdu, and American Sign Language in coming years, which none of which have ever been taught at the university before. So this is, listening to our students and hearing what they, what they are interested in, and trying to make sure that we can staff those and meet those needs. And so it's really a lot of changes happened in the last couple of years in the school, and I think that's we're really proud of that. So thank you for your time. Please help support ANH. It's very important, for our students, not just for us, but for our students, and for the programming that we do for them as well. Thanks.
Let me turn this over to our dean, Dr. Nils Roemer.
All right, now comes my role. They give me all this big signs to be very subtle. Comments Giving Day. Here we are. We are entering day 2, and as of now, we're leading still this what's called the smaller schools, and we very much would like, with your help, to stay in that position. But as of now, we're closing in on $26,000. We have already received well over 100 different gifts, and this is obviously only the result of the first day. Today is really the day where we're trying to stay in this and stay number 1, and just keep it that way all the way down to the end of the day. The university in general has received over $300,000 already in gifts, of over 1,200 individual gifts. So it's been a real success thus far, but it has to stay that way. We wouldn't want to slide on the second day. So just to remind you, they gave me not just big signs, but also very special glasses for this day. So I want to show everything off that I got here to get you excited as well. Why are so many reasons here to be excited about us? Dr. Warren talked a little bit about our graduate program. And I think you 2 yesterday attended a lecture by a professor from Harvard. It was actually a professor from English literature, who was talking a little bit about what is widely perceived to be the crisis in the humanities. And that crisis manifests itself in really rapidly declining enrollment numbers. So much so that Harvard is really struggling right now in its English programs to maintain all the different programs, because many of the programs have 1 or 2 students. Come around to our world, we're realizing that there is a national trend, but there's also a very specific local market. We are in a very unique situation within the Dallas Metroplex. We are sitting surrounded by big school districts, whether it's Plano or McKinney or Allen or Frisco, any one of those. And we are therefore experiencing actually tremendous growth. Dr. Warren talked about literature. But all in all, as we're right now in the hiring mode and have incoming faculty that is intends to come here and be hired, the stories that they tell us are very different from our experience. We're really in a very unique moment in time and in a very unique market. And if anything, my faculty is tired. They've taught a lot and taught then some. They're probably ready for this summer break. But all of that shows that not just our numbers, but generally speaking, our circumstances are very unique. We're living in a big growing urban environment with a bustling economy, with lots of really talented students looking for opportunity. So whereas in many other universities, some are maybe, think of themselves as prestigious or otherwise, they see crisis and decline, we see the exact opposite. And I think Dr. Warren earlier talked about us being located in a STEM-oriented university, but the trick is that those STEM-oriented students are actually coming to take classes with us as well. And that's, lots of ways has created this very unique moment in time that we are actually thinking about growth and expansion. Dr. Rosen just talked about languages. I mean, every year we're adding on new languages. 10 years ago, our language program was somewhere between not existing and struggling, whereas now it's one of the biggest blockbusters, so to speak, that we have. And we're adding new classes on. But in addition to the various programs, we also have obviously the big centers. Here's the list of all of them that are individually also powerhouses and promote really the three things that matter to us: teaching, research, and community outreach. Each one of them does it in their own unique manner, but they provide also therefore for our faculty and for our students unique ways of expanding their respective interests and their scholarship. We are keeping busy in all of our areas. Remind you again, we are organized in we have three areas: history, philosophy, literature, and then visual and performing arts. We have never had traditional departmental structures. We are not one of the older universities that is now going through that pain of having to scale down. We're really, coming into this from the exact opposite, that we are looking really at constantly growing in a very intentional and very deliberate manner in areas where we think there's potential. So here, let's go through one of our big areas, visual and performing arts. They feel particularly happy and lucky these days because the university, as you know, has the eyes on the arts. The whole New Dimension campaign is centered on student support and the arts. We have now on the books that the Crow Museum will open up in 24 its new facility here on campus, and shortly thereafter, hopefully, with a little bit of help and good intentions. So will the arts and the performance hall that will seat somewhere between 600 and 800 people. So in other words, a lot of things are pointing toward the arts, but the arts are not the only growing areas. History, philosophy also has lots of claim to fame. We just heard about the introduction of a new Holocaust, Genocide, and Human Rights Studies minor on the undergraduate side. Philosophy is growing in rapid numbers. Historical studies still continues to be strong and provides an endless amount of education and training also to our undergraduates through the big survey classes in Texas history as well as in US history. And then last but not least, we've talked already, maybe we shouldn't always talk about literature, but we're so excited right now because of this really big, unprecedented number of applications that we received. And it kind of points really towards something that we're going through a period where on the one side, we've seen quite a few retirements, but at the same time, also quite a few hires. And that has now allowed literature really to revamp its curriculum, redesign its mission, and kind of to come up with a new coherent vision of itself. And it works. I mean, that's, lots of ways, there's not much more to say, but it does deliver exactly on what it is meant to. And the growing numbers of PhD students will also again allow us to use better our faculty in the delivery of our undergraduate curriculum, because these PhD students help us as TAs or sometimes even as instructors of records. And we're trying to get to them also by, for the first time, being able to make, which I think are really competitive offers. Incoming PhD students See, Dr. Warren is smiling behind her mask about this, but she's really happy that for the first time, we issued letters that offered 5 years support, monthly stipends, tuition covered, health insurance covered. I mean, this is really new. I was so excited about it that when asked whether, you know, we would sign them digitally or not, I insisted on doing them all by hand, but because I thought this is good. And we're just looking now toward the acceptance letters as they're coming in. But at the same time, we are far from being done as far as the semester is concerned. We're always out trying to add on new talent. We have finished some of our searches. We have finished the search in this, the assistant professor in art history, Islamic art. We've finished our search in of the assistant professor in literature. We are closing in on the Leopold Lewis chair of the Holocaust Studies, meaning we've reviewed the applicants, they came, we interviewed them, the search committee made their respective recommendation. The Edith O'Donnell Distinguished Chair in Art History, the candidates are just about coming in. This week, we're actually busy with the Marvin Kathleen Stone Distinguished Professors that are coming in. So we're still hopeful to close in on all of these respective hires that in many ways going to continue our core mission. And that is to continue to build our curriculum, diversify our curriculum, to be more in tune with what our students are looking for. Our students are an immensely diverse bunch these days, and we need to kind of resemble, so to speak, in our expertise, their respective interests. And at the same time, while doing that, also to diversify our faculty. That's our big commitment, enhancing our offerings, diversifying our kind of range, and thereby also diversifying our faculty. So in lots of ways, this has become, hence a little image, quite a global endeavor. We are not any longer trying to build up English literature programs, but literature has moved into creating what they call world literature program. We are still, trying to enhance the offering through our various centers, whether it's Kuslai or the Ackerman or the Asian Studies Center, to offer that wider range in terms of geography. So there's lots of things to be exceptionally excited and happy about. And that's why these days when I meet potential candidates, I can always comfortably say that whoever comes to us should be happy because it's a great place to be. Thank you.
Join us for Comets Giving Day. Oh, I want to get back in the screenshot here. So
Now
join
you
us.
wear them.
Yeah. Oh, now. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, so join us for Comets Giving Day, and I guess the dean will do the sign for us here.
One more time.
Yeah, so join us for Comets Giving Day. Thank you so much. And you've got until 6 p.m. tonight. Thank you again.
Everyone.